Hello, spring journal. So this is the tea bag. You can tea bag. Goodness me, the napkin. You can see the edges there from the lovely Jeanette as part of my swap, and it's been glued to this piece of fabric. You can just sort of see some shiny glue areas there, and you can see, look, the glue edge napkin. Now I'm going to trim all that down, and it does, I mean, it's still fabric. It will screw up, it's not a problem. In fact, screwing it up sort of gives it a bit of age. That's quite nice. There you go. So that's the napkin fabric done, and we're going to look at folding that and finishing the cover almost in a minute. But I wanted to talk to you about the dyed papers. So I've already folded my sheets ready, just to ensure that if I fold this in half, it's going to cover that nicely, and it's going to be a really good sounding journal. So this is standard A4. These ones I ended up doing with ink pad. I just put the ink pad on my glass mat, squirted it in water, dabbed it all in, and then I ironed them dry. So that's how I got the green. Sounds nice, and I think we've got some quite nice colours. The yellow was actually lemon and ginger tea bags. This one was the green again. This one was the lemon and ginger tea. This one was really strong lemon and ginger tea. I think this one was 2 bags, and this was about 5, something like that. And that's the yellow again. This one is getting to the end, and you've only got trace marks, hardly any on there. So I love that they're all slightly different. And this one was the yellow and the green together. So lots of different colours from using basically the same things. This one's hardly got any colour at all, and it looks almost grey. So that was them ones. I did try to do this sort of forget-me-not, which I thought was a bluey purpley grey, but what I actually got was this. Now this was Tim Holtz blue spray and red spray, and I mixed it all together so that with water, 2 squirts of blue, 1 squirt of the red, the pinky red, and a lot of water to fill the bottom of a pan, and I stirred it all up, and it was a really deep dark purple, and it was lovely. But I splashed it all on and cooked it in the oven, and look at that, the 2 colours have completely separated. I mean, it's beautiful, but it's not the colour I want for this. So although it's gorgeous, look, that one was almost all blue, this one again, they're gorgeous and I will use them, but not for this. And it has been very, even the baking paper, look on the bottom, you can see it's got the separate colours rather than the one. It's absolutely beautiful. We'll definitely use it, but not for this project. And it was real interesting fun to be colouring papers, but not using coffee and tea. I did enjoy that. I enjoyed that a lot. So let's take all of these papers and put them out of the way. Whoops, I've dropped my spare bit of napkin. Pick that up in a minute. Now, this is lovely, but it doesn't feel anywhere near thick enough for a cover. And it does feel really nice. I also have, this is turning into a treasured page journal. I also have this lovely bright yellow fabric from Shirley. So I wondered, oh, we got bright yellow. I'm saying daffodils, but I don't think they are daffodils. They're more daisies. But anyway, if I put this bright yellow underneath, it doesn't change the image at all, really. Look, that's it. With you can see the difference without, but it's not enough to be a problem. But I do think it works very well. So here we go again. Thank you, Shirley. This is now going to become, let's close that up before I knock them everywhere. This is going to become the inside. So I'm going to overcut it deliberately. So I'm going to cut it to about there. Again, this is beautiful cotton, so this is going to rip no problem at all. Excuse me. Now, I don't obviously want the seamed edge, and I just want it to overhang. Look, I mean, that's not even, what is that, a couple of mil, something like that, just for interest. So I'm going to trim off that edge so we haven't got the edge there. I'm going to bring this so that we've got basically that sort of meal type edging around. Yep. So then I'm going to pull it across. I'm going to trim it to about there, like so. And then what we need to do, it could do with an iron actually, it's been folded firmly, and it could do with an iron, just to get the fold lines out, that's all, because you know you don't want too many determined fold lines, do you? Okay, so that's like that, and now our final tear, which is going to be about there. So that's going to be my inside lining. So pull all those threads off. Keep those threads, they're great if you do any kind of stitching projects, your slow stitching and all that. Right, now I still don't feel that is quite enough. So I've got some felt. You'll see this felt a lot over the next few days. I'm going to put that, again, about the same amount inside my napkin paper as the yellow is on the outside, if that makes sense. So just marginally smaller. Now, I can't tear this, so I'm going to have to cut this. So... and you all know what I'm like at cutting a straight line. Yeah, that was lovely and straight, Claire. Never mind, eh? And then you're not really going to see it anyway, so... I'm going to put that. Probably doesn't help that these shears are not working at their best. I nearly said a naughty word there. Right, so there we go. Get rid of Boo. She does get everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to lay this on the inside of this napkin paper. Sorry, I know I'm fiddling around a lot. It's because, right, I need to get it right. Now, I need to get some of this off because it's overlapping. So I'm just going to hold that and get that so that's much straighter than it was. We can now pull this down a little bit. Okay, so it's inside, that's the important bit. Then I'm going to lay my yellow over the top. Now, we want to make sure that the napkin top layer and the felt middle layer sit together. Now look at that. I just think that is going to be absolutely gorgeous. Now I am going to take it to my sewing machine. Now obviously you don't want the noise of the sewing machine, so I'm going to put you on pause. I'm going to pop off, sew it all together, and then I'll be back. Okay, so there we are. I've stitched it all round, as you can see, and it feels lovely. The PVA that is on top of the napkin and the fabric obviously gives it some protection. There's a certain amount of like almost plasticization in the PVA, so it just feels lovely. I think this raggedy yellow edge all the way round really pulls to the centre. I just think it's absolutely beautiful. And there's a little tiny bit of me wishing that I had more of these napkins and that this even was fabric, so that I could go through and make some pockets. Now I have got this little bit, so we might be able to get a belly band or something out of that. We'll see. But in the meantime, what I have got in the Jeanette envelope, without tipping it all out this time, I remembered this beautiful bit of lace. So I'm wondering if we need that just on the edge there, like that. Let's fold it in half. Got bits on my desk, obviously, as always, but fold this in half. That is where it's going to sit, and it actually feels really nice. So you've got the cotton fabric from Shirley, you've got my piece of felt, and then we've got my piece of cotton with the glued napkin. If I then bring in the papers that I folded, so I've got, I think there was 12 that I folded in total. We put them in there like that. That's now gonna come up like that. It's just gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. Love it. So I think we could maybe have, because it sounds silly, but springy summertime journals like this always remind me of being a little girl and just playing daisies. And I just feel like that piece of lace is very little girlish. And now I'm wondering if it goes, does it come out from inside? Oh, I don't know. What do you think? And you know what? I feel like normally I'd put a big topper there, but I feel like it's gonna, oh, the noise. I feel like it's going to cover too much. I don't think I want to do that. So I might just do a little plaque that says springtime or something like that. I don't know whether to put this on there. See, I was so set and determined what I was doing until we got to this point. I definitely want it on this edge. It's just a case of, do I put it underneath or on top? And I don't need to waste your time really while I worry about that, do I? So I think what I'm going to do for this topper is I'm going to bring in, I did iron it by the way, did you notice? I gave it a bit of a press before I stitched it. I think we need a piece of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim there like that. We are only going to have a small piece because I don't want to cover up too much of this front, and I love all these frayed bits, so I'm thinking I'm going to put that on there. Like so. That's going to go. We'll cover up too much of those blue flowers. Don't want to do this, don't want to do that. That's crazy, isn't it? Right, I think it's going to go about there, like that. And then I think I'm going to dull down the fact that that is such a bright yellow by trying to find some, here's some coffee dye. I know I said no coffee dye, but some coffee dyed fabric can go on there, on the inside again. So keeping this almost matted or layered look going on. I'm going to pull this off, and then this is going to sit on top of there like that, you see. So that's keeping my, normally, you know, when you were doing cards or whatever, you'd do matting and layering. Well, who says we can't do it with fabric? So I'm going to pop that on there like so. Pull those threads out. That is now going to sit there, and again, you see, it's knocked that yellow back, but I think we need the yellow. I just want to see those blue flowers up there. Okay. I feel like we need the word spring or something there. I'm probably going to bring in a little bit of my stitchery because I'd like to make, see, we could do the two buttons there, like they're holding it, but then we could put springtime or something there. I'm going to have a little look through my stamps and see what else I've got. The only other thing is, if we stick with a theory, let's break this seal where Jeanette made this into a bag. God, that tape's unbelievable, Jeanette. Right, there we go. And I want that squirrel, I think. So, if I fussy cut this squirrel, can't. Right. If I fussy cut this squirrel, like this might not even work. I might end up changing my mind again in a minute. We'll see. But I'm thinking we could put the squirrel on a piece of that green dyed fabric, not fabric, paper, on top of that, this area here as our topper. I don't know, I might be wrong. Let's have a look. Oh, it's not cut his whiskers off. Oh. I've got some of that tape on these scissors and they're not wanting to work properly. Right, last little bit. Probably would have been easier to have done this with a craft knife than the scissors, but hey ho. Right. Yeah, you see, I just feel like that is perfect. What do you think? Is that perfect? Or am I having a crazy 10 minutes? Let's just have a look at the rest of these yellowy green dyed papers. I'd really like a greeny one rather than the yellow again, because we've got quite a lot of yellow going on that front already. This one actually might work with that area there. I know perhaps it seems wasteful, but I want what I want. Now, let's have a little look. See, if I cut it or tear it there, I want that bit there, I think. So, about there. Right, that's lovely. It's almost marble. Let's take, I nearly said Mr. Bunny. Mr. Acorn, Mr. Squirrels. Right, so we'll take a bit off. Actually, let's do the height and then we're not going to waste as much, are we? So, I'm going to tear it. Now, when you mix fabric and paper together like this, the ideal way to make it work is to, I mean, this has obviously got the PVA on, so that's going to be absolutely fine. But this one maybe not so much. So what I will do with this is I will add a couple of layers of gel matte medium to it, and that make it, now look at that, that is beautiful. So if that sits there like that, that's going to sit on it like that. We've got our yellow and our green buttons, and then Mr. Bunny, it's not Bunny, Mr. Squirrel, Claire, get with it. Mr. Squirrel is going to sit there like that. I love it. Right, so let's put all this together. So, this will take some glue, and that will just hold that in place for us, because I think I want to stitch it. This obviously is going to glue down, And you'll notice there's no like coffee dot, not coffee, sepia, you know, there's no stain in the edges on this. That's central enough. Okay. And then Mr. Squirrel. I nearly said bunny again. What is the matter with me? He's going to go on there as well. And then I think I'm going to... Oh, look what I've done. I'm going to turn off the camera and stitch this round before, obviously before, before I put buttons on. And then the buttons are going to go there and there. Actually, I might even just do them like that, just to be different. You can see that vein in there, in that green. I love that. You've got the cream. Yeah, very nice. So I'm going to put it on the sewing machine. I'm going to stitch round it. And then when I come back, I would have sewn the buttons on as well. And that will be finished and coated in the gel medium and ready to go on there like that. So there you go. That is our cover, all but finished. So next time you see it, that will be done. I love it. I'm very happy. Super, super, super. I hope you have a great day. See you very soon. Bye bye for now.